My name is Sophie and welcome to the forests of the Samuel de Champlain Provincial Park. We're at the Canadian Ecology Centre and it's within the park. So we read this book together and I started going outside and paying attention and noticing to what the animals were doing around me in the winter time. And I was on a little walk in the forest and I found these really cool holes and I want to show you them. There's tons. So there's one over here. There's one right behind it over there. There's one down in here. They go so far you can't even see the end of them. And there's this one over here underneath this downed tree. If you get right down in there, you can see there's a hole. Amazing! There's so many holes once you start looking, and it gets me thinking, based on what we read, maybe a squirrel made these holes. They're pretty big, so I'm thinking that maybe it could be a squirrel. Who knows? So I was exploring those holes, and it led me to this awesome tree. There's so many pine cone remnants. So there's the inside of the pine cone, and then there's the parts that make up the outside of the pine cone. And I've learned that red squirrels will use this as food for the winter time. And I'm also noticing there's a whole lot of holes around here, and also a lot of animal tracks. So that tells me that this might be a pretty important hub for the red squirrel. Maybe it's a home, or maybe they have a home up in the tree. And so if this might be their home, then maybe the other holes are used for safe traveling, so to keep them underneath the snow from predators. Pretty cool. So that was a blue jay. That's one of the birds here that don't fly south for the winter. They spend their winter looking for food in the snow. Pretty cool to see a blue jay. I was staying really quiet because I didn't want it to fly away. I found another sign of animals being busy in winter time, and it's right over here on this mushroom. Growing on this tree, there's these two mushrooms. And there's these little tiny marks, really dark marks, and they're sharp and short. I've learned that mushrooms provide food for squirrels in the winter, and they also help squirrels boost their immune system in the winter time. So, another thing, squirrels are eating mushrooms in the winter time. Pretty cool. It's a little hard to see, but that is a snowshoe hare. In the summer you might see them running around and they're brown, and in the winter their fur turns white so they can camouflage into the snow. We have to stay really still because snowshoe hares are easily frightened. So I was walking along this path that I walk along every day. It's right by my house. And as I started walking, I saw a little brown thing scurry across the path. And I thought, is that a mouse? And I got really excited because we just read that in the book, how foxes can find mice underneath the snow's surface. And so I kind of looked around to see where it came from, and I found the tunnel underneath the snow's surface. Come check it out. It's right over here. You can see it goes down far into the snow. Further than we can see. Pretty cool. Thank you for joining me on my exploration in finding out what are the animals doing in the wintertime in my area. I'm so excited about finding these little clues about what the animals are doing and even finding the animals. So I encourage you to get out there and see what animals are doing in the wintertime in your area.